Good morning, everybody. My name is Mike Cappuccio. I'm with N.E.T.R. Incorporated, and today I'm here with the MSZ-FH 06NA remote control. This is a little bit different than our other remote controls, a little more sophisticated. It's got a lot of buttons on it, on the top, the bottom. The screen's a little bit different than your basic GL, GE style handheld remote controls, and we get a lot of calls and a lot of questions on this remote control because it has a lot of buttons on it and it does a lot of things. For this video, I'm going to focus right now on these 6 buttons right here above from here to here. So these 6 buttons: mode, fan, wide vane, left vane, right vane, and Econo Cool. So what I think I might do is I might just slide this up a little bit so those are the only vanes that we see right now, or the only buttons that we see right now. So I'm going to turn the unit on. Right now it's in the off position. And you can see in the off position you have your clock here. And this one also has your days on it. So this says Friday on it, 10:44 a.m. And, thank God it's Friday. We're going to be calling it a weekend soon. So you'll see Saturday, Sunday, Monday will all show up right here. 10:44 a.m. and this shows the indoor unit here, but you see none of these other boxes are lit. So let me turn it on, and you can see when I turned it on now, we're going to stay focused right now on the mode button, okay? So the mode button, you can see right now, you'll see this looks like 4 little arrows in a circle, and that's the auto mode. That's where we switch between heating and cooling. So if we're set for 70 degrees, at 70 degrees, it gets too cold in the room, it's going to put it onto heating. At 70 degrees, it's too warm in the building, it's going to put it back on cooling. So it switches between heating and cooling in the auto mode. When I press it again, it now goes to the cooling mode. The snowflake is the cooling mode. That is our air conditioning mode, set for 65 degrees in the air conditioning mode. Snowflake does not mean wintertime, and that's the heating mode. Snowflake simulates air conditioning. Next mode, it looks like a teardrop or a water drop or almost like a little flame sometimes. Sometimes people think that that's a flame and that's the heating mode. Well, it's not. That little water or teardrop is insinuated to be a teardrop of water, which is our dry mode, which is our dehumidification mode when we dry out a room and dehumidify the room. You're going to see here the temperature setting has disappeared because this does not control temperature. It basically just turns the unit off. There is not a humidity setting for this. All this will do is turn the air conditioning on and off for periods of time to dry out the room, and sometimes you can feel that the room might even get a little too cold in this mode. Next is the heating mode. That's the sun. So when you see the sun appear, that does not mean summertime in air conditioning mode. That is the heating mode, okay? So 70 degrees reappears and the heating mode shows up. Next mode is our fan mode, okay? This is where we turn the fan up and down. This is where we have an actual, if we just want to have our fan on with no air conditioning, no heating, no dry mode. Some of the other units do not have a fan mode. This has its own fan mode. Okay, so for this demonstration right now, I'm going to put this into the cooling mode. Okay, so I've got the snowflake. I'm in the air conditioning mode, 65 degrees. Okay, and the next buttons I want to talk about is the temperature buttons. We have positive and negative. Turn it up, turn it down. So we're set for 65 right now. Let's turn it up a little bit. Okay, so now we're on 70 degrees, we're set in the air conditioning mode, and we're set for 70. So this is where you turn it on, turn it off, set the temperature, and set the mode. 4 very important buttons: on, off, temperature, and what mode of operation do you want it in. We're in the air conditioning mode. Let's now talk about the fan, okay? This button right here, I'm going to open this up just a little bit. And this button right here, this fan button you're going to see is going to change things in this box right here. So again, modes across the top, temperature over here on the left, and now we're in the fan box. So that's this little box right here where we're working in right now. So let's press the fan button. Okay, every time I press this fan button, okay, let's start with the first mode of fan, okay? It is the auto mode. So that tells me I'm in the fan box. When you see 3 lines, it almost looks just like the fan, but it's not. It's 3 lines, and it's actually simulating that the fan is turning, and that's our auto fan mode. Auto fan mode is going to put the fan into the auto mode of where the fan would need to be for the temperature setting of the room. Okay. Next one is quiet fan. It looks like an eye and a nose. It almost looks like a person, and you'll see 4 or 5 fingers, and they're holding their hand over their ear and simulating the quiet mode. So that's our lowest speed on our quiet side of our fan. Used a lot at nighttime when people are sleeping in a bedroom. You put your fan onto the quiet mode. Okay. Next setting for the fan. You're going to see 1 hash mark just appeared. That's our lowest fan setting right now. Okay. As I continue to press this fan button, more hash marks appear. We're on 2nd fan speed, 3rd fan speed, 4th fan speed, and you can see this is getting higher. The triangle's getting bigger. The more I press that, there's actually 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our highest fan speed right now with the button using the fan. Okay, so that we have auto, quiet, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's our 4th fan speed. So right now we're set on cooling, 70 degrees, as high as the fan will operate. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about I'm going to go back to the Econo Cool in a minute, but we're going to talk about the left vane and the right vane and the wide vane. This is where the air comes out of the machine. All right, this is where the air would be blowing out. If you were to look at the unit, in the bottom of the unit, the vanes actually open up, and this is the left to right vane. This is where your machine basically has electric vanes inside where the air goes from left to right, and it can open up to a big wide point, and it can point air to certain directions. So I'm going to explain the wide vane setting. That's this button right here. So that simulates this mode right here. When you're looking at this symbol, this button right here is what moves this around. So you see, I just pressed that once, and that's got 2 little hash marks now. So that's the air coming out of the left side of the unit right now. When I press it again, it kind of goes left side, middle. That's the middle, the 2 hash marks, right side, middle, and then the right side. And you're going to see when I press this again right now, it now has all of the black lines lit up and an arrow from right to left. That means that the vane is open, all vanes are open, and it's sweeping back and forth from the left to the right. Anytime you see an arrow like that, that's left to right. This is your up and down vanes. Let's do the left one now. As you can see, the left one, as I press it here, it's moving down. Okay, so again, I'm going to go back, I'm going to start at the beginning. Has an auto button. That will move automatically up and down on its own based on the temperature and where it needs to be. So again, anything with the 3 lines like that simulate, that would be auto. Now we're on 1 hash mark that would point straight out and blow right at you on the face on the left side if you were standing in front of the machine. Press it again, it goes down. Press it again, it goes down more. Press it again, it goes down more. Now that left vane would be pointing straight down at the floor by this left button right here. Let's now press the right vane. Again, it moves down, and now it goes to an automatic mode between the 2 arrows. So the arrows means it's going to go back and forth and then auto. So I'm going to press it again. I'm going to stop it where it points down. Okay, so now I've got them both pointing down right at the floor in the wide vane mode. So again, this is operating left vane, right vane, and the wide vane is right here on this button here. Okay, I'm now going to go over to the Econo Cool button. So when I press this Econo Cool button, what this is going to do, it changed a few things. You're going to see right here, the left and right vanes are now moved up into the auto position. They're putting this into an auto Econo Cool mode. This basically has set back 4 degrees in the air conditioning mode to 74 degrees, and it does not show it here in the temperature display on the setting, but it has been set back. What it's now doing, it's saving energy. It's putting these vanes to the auto mode to move more air to where it needs to get to make the room feel comfortable without you letting to see that the temperature has changed, for efficiency for that machine to kick back and not run at this actual temperature. So when I move this off of Econo Cool mode now, it puts it back to the position of where we were. Again, Econo Cool, I press it, you see that the economy on the vanes comes on, nothing changes on your fan speed, nothing changes on the wide vane, just, and that mode does come up. You'll still see your cooling mode is on, but the three lines in the snowflake simulate the Econo Cool mode. So if you looked at this symbol again, looks like a snowflake with three little lines in the middle of it, and that's the three little lines with the middle of it in there now. So again, we've gone over the mode, we've gone over the fan, we've gone over the wide vane, the left vane, the right vane, the Econo Cool. Again, this turns your temperature up and down, and this is your on and off button to turn the machine on and off.